Here's something most people watching this video don't know yet. The video you're watching right now, if it's structured correctly, can be cited directly by Gemini as a source in AI-generated answers. Not a link to your website. Not a blog post. This video. Your YouTube channel is a citation surface for AI search. And almost no brand is treating it that way. In a recent XLR8 AI experiment across 200 queries and 8 models, we tracked exactly which content formats get cited most by ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, and Grok. YouTube showed up 27 times across all model responses. More than LinkedIn, more than GitHub, more than most branded websites. A large-scale study by Otterly AI found YouTube has overtaken Reddit as the #2 most cited social platform in AI-generated responses. It's cited 200 times more than any other video platform. And yet, most brands are using YouTube only for views, not for AI citations. In this video, we're covering the 5 content formats AI assistants cite most, with real data, and a specific breakdown of how Gemini cites YouTube videos and exactly what you need to do to get your videos into AI-generated answers. Let's get into it. Here's the key takeaway from our experiment up front. Across 200 informational and comparison queries run on 8 different AI models, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, Grok, GPT-Fast, and GPT Thinking, we saw a very clear hierarchy of what gets cited. Number 1. Comprehensive definitional guides dominated. A single Wikipedia GEO page was cited more than 20 times. A TechRadar buying guide showed up 9 times. Number 2. Vertical-specific how-to guides. Sites like BL.ai and My Lighthouse both had guides cited 4 times each. Number 3. Independent tool and product listings, including YouTube. YouTube appeared 27 times across all model responses. G2 was cited 26 times. Otterlist directory page 4 times. Number 4. Comparison and alternatives content. Showed up consistently across buying and evaluation queries. Number 5. Glossary and definition pages. Cited repeatedly across every category. And then there's a bonus finding at the end that specifically changes how you should think about this channel, about Gemini and YouTube, that I'll get to after the 5 formats. Let's break them down. Structure matters more than topic here. Stay with me. Comprehensive definitional guides. This is the most powerful format in AI search right now, and most brands don't have one. A comprehensive definitional guide answers what is X, but completely. Not a paragraph. A full-length piece that defines the concept, explains how it works, why it matters, common misconceptions, and related concepts. Wikipedia's GEO page is the extreme version. It was cited 20+ times across our experiment. Not because Wikipedia has better content than you, because it's comprehensive, structured, and authoritative. Here's how to build yours. First, a clear, unambiguous title. What is AI search tracking? Complete guide for marketers. Not clever. Not branded. Just the exact question your buyer would ask an AI assistant. Second, a short, clean definition in the first 2 to 3 sentences. Models often quote or paraphrase this exact section. Make it crisp. Third, structured sections that mirror common follow-up questions. How does X work? Why X matters? How to measure X? Examples of X in practice. Fourth, 1,500 words minimum. Shorter pieces get passed over for more comprehensive sources. The goal: be the page an AI assistant would cite if it wanted to give someone a complete, trustworthy explanation of this topic. What topic should yours cover? Whatever the most important question is in your buyer's research journey. The one they'd type into ChatGPT before they even know what product to buy. Vertical-specific how-to guides. The second most cited format is the vertical-specific guide, a how-to piece built for a specific industry, use case, or buyer type. BL.RE's guide on optimizing documentation for AI agents was cited 4 times in developer tool queries. My Lighthouse guide on optimizing hotel websites for AI search was cited 4 times in travel queries. These aren't massive publications. They're specialist sites that published one very good, very specific guide that directly answers what buyers in that vertical are asking AI assistants. The word vertical specific is key. Generic guides don't get cited. Specific ones do. How to improve your LLM visibility, too generic. How SaaS companies get cited by ChatGPT and Perplexity get cited. How travel brands optimize for AI trip planning assistants get cited. The reason: LLMs match query intent to content specificity. When a buyer asks, "How do I get my hotel recommended by AI assistants?" a guide written specifically for hotel brands matches that intent more precisely than a generic guide about AI visibility. Your action here: pick your top 3 buyer segments or industries. Write one vertical specific guide for each. Structure it around the questions those specific buyers ask AI assistants, not your SEO keyword list. We track which vertical guides are generating the most citations in our AI search tracker at XLR8 AI. If you want to see the data for your specific category, the link is in the description. Independent tool and product listings, including YouTube. The third format is the one most brands overlook entirely: third-party listings and independent platforms. G2 was cited 26 times in our experiment. LLMs was cited 4 times. Otilus listing page was cited 4 times. TripAdvisor was cited 19 times in travel queries. And YouTube was cited 27 times across all model responses, more than any individual branded website in our dataset. These aren't the brand's own websites. They're independent platforms that LLMs already trust. And they trust YouTube specifically because it's a massive, high-authority, continuously updated repository of human-generated content. This tells you something important. Your own website alone will never generate the LLM visibility you need. You need a presence on platforms LLMs already cite. The concrete action items. Submit to G2 if you're a software product. 30 minutes of setup. 26 citations in our experiment. Fastest citation surface for B2B brands. Submit to llmrefs.com, a curated GEO and LLM tool directory. Cited 4 times in our run. And start treating YouTube as a citation surface, not just a traffic channel. Which brings me to the bonus section at the end of this video. Stay for that one. Comparison and alternatives content. The fourth format is comparison and alternatives content, and it's cited consistently across every model we tested. Buyers ask comparison queries constantly: X versus Y, alternatives to Z, best options for, use case. These are high-intent queries. The buyer is actively evaluating. LLMs answer them by citing the best comparison content they can find. The brands appearing in these answers have published dedicated comparison pieces. Not fluffy competitor takedowns. Honest, structured comparisons that explain real differences and real trade-offs. Here's what works: be genuinely fair. Acknowledge where competitors are stronger. Be specific about the scenarios where your approach wins. LLMs are quite good at detecting promotional framing and will often not cite content that reads as biased. X versus Y, which is better for, specific use case, structure the whole piece around that specificity. It matches the query intent more precisely than a generic comparison. For each of your main competitors, you should have one comparison piece. Not as a sales tool, as a citation surface for buyers who are already in evaluation mode. Format 5 to 730 to 830. Glossary and definition pages. The fifth format is the one that surprises most people. Glossary pages. Across every category we tested, LLMs consistently cited glossary and definition pages. Not just as a supporting source, as a primary citation. Why? Because LLMs are trained to be helpful. When a user asks what a term means, the model cites the clearest definition it can find. A glossary page that defines 20 to 30 terms in a specific domain is a citation magnet for every definitional query in that domain. The structure is simple. Each term gets a heading, a 2 to 4 sentence definition, a brief explanation of why it matters, and a link to your more comprehensive guide on that topic. For the GEO and LLM visibility space, a glossary covering GEO, AEO, LLM visibility, citation rate, share of voice, LLMs.text, RAG, all the key terms, would be cited every time a buyer asks what any of these mean. Build one for your domain. It's a few hours of work that generates persistent citation value for years. A bonus section, 8:30 to 10:30, how Gemini cites YouTube videos and what it means for your channel. Here's the finding I teased at the start. And if you create video content, this is the most important thing in this video. Gemini has a unique relationship with YouTube that no other AI model has. YouTube is a Google property. Gemini is a Google product. That means Gemini has native access to YouTube content, transcripts, metadata, channel authority, in a way that ChatGPT and Perplexity do not. Here's what the data shows. Gemini mentions brands in 83.7% of responses, the highest rate of any model. but it only generates an explicit citation link 21.4% of the time. It absorbs and references content without always linking back. For YouTube specifically, Gemini uses video content as a knowledge source and surfaces YouTube videos in AI overviews, and Gemini answers in ways other models can't. Perplexity and Google RE overviews drive the large majority of YouTube citation volume across all models. But Gemini is the model where your YouTube presence feeds directly into AI answers about your brand, because it sits inside the Google ecosystem. Now here's the critical thing. LLMs can't watch your video. They read it. Transcripts and captions are what make a YouTube video LLM retrievable. Without a full, accurate transcript, your video is invisible to AI retrieval, even to Gemini. And the format data is stark. Long-form video, 10 to 20 minutes, accounts for 94% of AI citations from YouTube. That's this format, right here. What you're watching. YouTube Shorts account for 5.7% of citations. Shorts are great for reach. They are essentially irrelevant for AI citation. So what do you actually do? First, turn on auto-generated captions on every video, then edit them for accuracy. This is your transcript. This is what Gemini reads. Second, optimize your video title and description for natural language queries, the exact phrasing someone would use in an AI assistant. Not AI search tips. How to get your brand cited by ChatGPT and Perplexity. That's the query. Match it exactly. Third, structure your video with spoken chapter markers. Say in this section, we're covering out loud. AI systems use spoken structure to parse video content the same way they use H2 headers in a blog post. Fourth, publish in the 10 to 20 minute range for AI citation potential. Shorter is fine for other goals. For LLM visibility, longer, more comprehensive videos win, because they're treated as authoritative, like a long-form guide. Fifth, link your video to your most important web content in the description. Gemini's ecosystem awareness means your YouTube presence and your website presence reinforce each other. The citation surface is interconnected. This video, right now, is structured to be cited. It has a transcript. It directly answers a specific question. It's long form. It links to XLR8 AI. That's the playbook. Outro and CTA. 10:30 to 11:15. Let's bring it all together. AI assistants are deciding which brands become the default answer in your category. They're choosing based on who has the most structured, credible, and retrievable content across the formats we just covered. To recap the full list. 1. Comprehensive definitional guides. 2. Vertical specific how-to guides. 3. Independent tool and product listings, including YouTube. 4. Comparison and alternatives content. 5. Glossary and definition pages. And the Gemini bonus. Your YouTube videos, properly structured with transcripts and natural language titles, are a direct citation surface for AI-generated answers. If you want to know exactly where you stand today, which models are citing you, which are citing your competitors, and which content gaps are costing you visibility, run a free experiment at XLR8 AI. The link is in the description. It tracks your brand across ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, and Grok in one place. Subscribe if you want more data like this. We run these experiments weekly and publish what we find. See you in the next one.